Because whether it's our public services that don't work, the cost of living crisis holding us back, or whole regions of our country ignored as sources of growth, in the end, it's all about potential. And that's why the budget was a moment of personal pride for me. I do not want to see a country where children grow up in poverty. I don't think anybody in this country wants that. It is a fundamental British belief that every child should go as far as their talent will take them. And poverty is a barrier to that.
We've now wiped the slate clean under the mismanagement and the chaos of the previous government. It's now on us. We've put everything out into the open.
Okay.
We've set the spending envelope for the course of this Parliament. We don't need to come back for more. We've done that now. We've wiped the slate clean. Yeah. We've now, Trevor, set the spending envelope for the remainder of this Parliament. We don't need to increase taxes further. We need to do two things now. We need to reform our public services to make sure they work better, and we need to grow our economy.
That wasn't true, was it?
Well, the budget this year was not on the scale of the one last year, but as I set out in my speech at the beginning of November, the context for this budget did change, and I did have to ask people to contribute more.
But let's just deal with the simple fact that what you said last year turned out not to be true. The scale of the tax rises this year is not far off. Last year it was 40 billion, this year it's 26 billion. Literally, it just wasn't true. And, you know, it's not a fault, but I think we should just make sure that we start on the same footing, that what you thought you were going to be able to do turned out not to be the case.
I think that is true, but for reasons on this, not in my control.
Two finance leaders under pressure because of chaotic preparations for the budget. On the right, Richard Hughes, who quit today as head of the budget watchdog, the OBR, after its budget calculations were prematurely published. Budget day last Wednesday began as a car crash, as the Chancellor told MPs.
It is my understanding that the Office of Budget Responsibility's Economic and Financial Outlook was released on their website before this statement. This is deeply disappointing and a serious error on their part.
And today the OBR chair, Richard Hughes, took responsibility after an internal investigation found that the watchdog's cybersecurity was too weak. He wrote that he needed to play my part in enabling the organisation that I've loved leading to quickly move on from this regrettable incident and would therefore resign as its chair and take full responsibility.